friend of mine, Coach Pat Stanos, started, and I kind of kept playing with it and playing with it. And by no means did I invent any of it, but I just had fun doing it, so we kind of created a monster. Me, Brandon, and a friend of ours named Bill just kept playing with it for adolescence. It came out pretty cool. So I'm starting off, instead of a basic head and arm, into a modified head and arm. So if you guys remember the Japanese terms, you got keisagatami, kusori keisa, right? We don't use those terms in catch wrestling, but it kind of bridges the gap for some folks. This is where I want to be on this position. I'll put my knee under here so you can't roll into me. This arm over here is always a high underhook. I don't have to be doing anything with it because I want to leave it here. But I need this to be a high underhook for this chain to be successful. If my arm is too low, it's not going to work. Again, this is my jack leg, this is my drive leg. I'm controlling here like this and driving in just a little bit to make him uncomfortable, to take it from a position to a ride, right? Big difference in catch wrestling. Control, control, control. That's how we remain offensive in nature. Now, this all starts, I'm going to feed this hand with his arm by using my leg. So if he pummels inside with this leg here, this arm here, I start to move. I'm not using my hand to push across. I'm going to step here and catch his wrist. Okay, now I have his wrist. Everybody sees that? When I grab his wrist, I'm grabbing it as though I'm going to do a shoulder lock. The middle finger is at the base of the wrist, right there, the base of the hand, the palm, before the wrist starts, the thinnest point, right there. Now the first thing you can do here, if you want, right off the bat, is a wrist lock. All I'm going to do is twist my wrist. See how I turned his hand down to the mat? Did the reverse motorcycle. Take his elbow, put it in my chest, and gently rotate forward down on it. So there's one. Now I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. Action or reaction, right? Maybe I go for this. Maybe immediately here it spawns. I'm putting this hand in my face. If he brings his hand up, excuse me. Oh, thank you. If he brings his hand up, I catch it. Again, I do my very best to catch it here because it's a shoulder lock that I'm getting ready to do. So that middle finger, I want to get right in that groove. So I grab it. Make sure I have a high underhook. I need it. Tight to his body. You start turning, looking at his feet. There's the one arm top wrist lock. Okay? If he pulls this arm out and goes there, I'm going to switch here, over top. Pull that nice and tight so it's compromised. Two things I need to do though. I need to block his head and block his hip. Because if I don't block his hip, what's he going to do? Just move. He does that and then run around all darn day. He's bridging and everything else. So I pull the head away first to pull away from his shoulder, like you would on a double wrist lock when you put your knee on the head. I jam my knee into his hip to kill him from being able to move. Everything is compromised. The elbow's in the ribs, this is down onto his own shoulder, and then I just pull. And I'm done with that one. That's the first part of it. Okay, so I want you guys to do that first. So again, here, modified, head and arm, this way, he pummels inside. I step, I'm not using my hand to do it. I grab, that's where I'm at. Okay, first quick kill, I flex my wrist. Push the elbow right into my sternum. Gently, be gentle because it hurts like a son of a gun. Gently rotate onto it for the wrist lock. His hand comes flying up, he doesn't like it, I grab it. I'm doing my very best to get that middle finger in that nook between the hand and the wrist. Make sure I have a high underhook where everything's going to rotate. I turn my body, look at the feet for the shoulder lock. Okay, he rips this arm out. Switch here, over the top, block the head, block the hips, pull everything into my body, and then pull. I'm not lifting anything. I'm going straight down the mat. Done. Got it? One more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah? Okay. You okay? All right. Modified head and arm. I have a deep underhook. It's super important for this. It'll make it, because you're going to end up, if you don't have this deep underhook, you're going to end up running the guy's hands into the mat and going, Coach, why is it not working? It's the deep underhook, I'm telling you. You got to keep this nice deep, just like we would when we were on our feet. We're still wrestling. So let's keep that deep underhook. So he came inside. I stepped over a little bit, kind of in line with his head. I catch it. Trying to get that finger there. I need that finger there so I can turn his wrist. If I just grab here, nothing really happens to his hand. All right? He can move his fist. He puts his fist on the mat. It slows me down. I want this. So now when I turn and pull it in perfect position for that wrist lock. I put that on my chest and gently lean my weight on it. I don't lose any positioning on this, so it's a very low threat attack. Now, he doesn't like that. This hand comes up into my face. Oh, my hand was here. I catch it. Same place, because I need to be able to manipulate that hand. And that wrist. And grab, make sure I have a high underhook. Start turning tight. I'm not pushing his arm out. I stay tight where he's compromised. Using my whole body, I'm turning. I'm looking at his feet. to finish. Everybody's with me so far? Yes, sir. Now for the last submission for this part, I come over the top, feed the hand, quickly block the head, the base of the neck, bring the other knee in and block his hip. Pull everything into your body. Keep it tight with wrist, flex this forearm, then pull down. And he's done. You guys got it? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.